Hello, everyone. We are back and we are talking about immigration once again. This is Attorney Farakazi. I'm an immigration lawyer based in Chicago, but I have clients all over the country, all over the world. Lately, I have been flooded with DMs and messages and comments and I was going to say preguntas, but questions about all the things that you are worried about and are concerned about and about your cases. And so the motive of these lives is to really get into it with you guys and to, calm some of your fears, because this is a long game that we're in right now, right? We're only in not even the first month. I want you guys to understand what's happening and understand what the fear mongering actually accomplishes, which is to prevent you or to try to prevent you from filing your paperwork and from seeking legal remedies. And all of these you're doing right now are lawful. They are legal ways for you to get a work permit, a travel permit, green card. That is what we're talking about. When we speak about VAWA, when we speak about T visas, when we speak about U visas, there is no shame in that. If you have been a survivor of trauma, if you've been a survivor of violence, if you've been a survivor of trafficking, then yeah, absolutely, you deserve the right to be in this country free from further violence and being able to avail resources so that you can then repair your relationship and repair yourself, and for your own mental health and for your own physical health. These things are so life changing. For example, a T visa, one of the really great benefits of a T visa that sometimes I think kind of gets lost in the mix of when we're talking about things, is that another thing that you can do is you could actually apply for TVAP services, which include services that are provided to you to help you with your bills, but then also to help you with the psychological counseling that you might need, therapy that you might need in order for you to continue to function in this society. And people will say like, "Oh, why is that necessary? Why do we care about that?" The reason is because every single human deserves that kind of care and attention. And when one person is hurting, all of us as a society are hurting. All of us as humanity are hurting. And the fact that we still have to explain that to certain fragments of our society is really, really alarming and just sad and distressing. So I want you to tune out that noise. I want you to me right now. I want you to listen to the fact that you have the opportunity to get papers that you deserve, and you do deserve them. Please stop listening to rhetoric that makes it seem as if you are lesser than, or that you somehow are insignificant in this society or this community that we have here in the States. It's simply not true. I won't allow that kind of talk, even in my comments. I'm very, very careful about the messaging that we are putting out, which is that we want to make sure that you feel welcome and that you realize that there are still ways for you to fix your papers. And I wrote this title of this live today, and I said, the best revenge is getting your legal papers. And maybe it's revenge, but the best thing that you could do right now is applying for your legal papers. Okay. I know it's hard, and I know that it's scary, and I know that there are lots of things that are probably, invading your thoughts, impeding your decision-making process. But if I can tell you anything, it is that we continue to get approvals. We are constantly getting approvals, constantly sending out applications, constantly seeing lives being changed right before our eyes. And I sincerely want that for all of you, especially those who are hurting. Yesterday I had a woman come to my office, and she had actually watched one of my videos on YouTube. And I, I've had this happen more than once, but I was particularly floored by her story because her story was so awful, of everything that she had gone through. And I won't go through details, but child abuse, domestic abuse, trafficking, entrapment, kidnapping. This had gone through so many things, so many horrific things, so many experiences that you would never. Hi, Samantha, how are you? They never even imagined that like one person could go through like one of those experiences, and she went through everything since the age of 7, I believe. And she was still standing there, and she said, all my life I just thought this is the way that it was, that there was something wrong with me, and for whatever reason, this is what I was supposed to just put up with. And it wasn't until I saw your video on YouTube that I started to realize, like, it was like this like light bulb moment. And she actually did that. She was like, that was just like this moment where I thought, oh my God, maybe I don't deserve this. Maybe there's another way. Maybe I don't have to be somebody else prisoner or victim or, slave or servant. I can actually do something for myself. And so trepidation, because she was explaining the whole process, and it was a process because she had to watch a bunch of my videos, and she said I had to get the courage up. And she finally called our office, and then she talked to our staff, and she got that free case evaluation, and then she ended up in my office in the consult. And I could see the relief, like literally her entire body just kind of relaxed when I talked to her. I I I really, really, really strongly believe that these things are not only life changing, but they are so important, not only for your own personal health, but the health and the growth of us as a community as a large. So I have some questions. Taki, hi, after work permit approval, how long to receive it? Fantastic question. And and I hate processing questions, but generally speaking, you should get it pretty soon. I mean, anywhere from 1 to 3 months. If you think that it's much longer, you can always contact immigration and ask them to see where you are in that process. But generally speaking, if you've gotten the work permit approved, then usually we get them pretty quickly after that. Hello, Samantha. How are you? Um, Hola Fernando, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Gracias. Eusebio, ¿cómo está? Ok, so nosotros hablamos en español y en inglés. Recuerden, nosotros tenemos mucho tiempo para hablar con usted y para contestar sus preguntas. Ahora es su tiempo. Si usted tiene alguna duda, alguna pregunta, aquí y yo podría tratar de ayudarle, ¿ok? En alguna manera. Yo tengo una pregunta aquí, Nidia. ¿Puede mi novio viajar a Puerto Rico con un work authorization? No. Work authorization es solamente permiso de trabajo, es solamente trabajo. Pero Puerto Rico es dentro de los Estados Unidos. Primero, hay dos cosas, ¿ok? Primero, lo siento. Permiso de trabajo es solamente para trabajar. So, si usted quiere viajar, un permiso de trabajo no sirve. Necesita un permiso de viaje para visitar afuera de los Estados Unidos. Pero recuerde que Puerto Rico es de los Estados Unidos. Pero ahorita, mi recomendación para alguna persona que no tiene residencia o ciudadano es que no visita Puerto Rico ahorita, porque hay muchos oficiales de ICE y de inmigración en el aeropuerto, eso, pero en todo Puerto Rico ahorita es un poco difícil para personas para regresar. Sé que es parte de los Estados Unidos, pero por alguna razón hay un poco difícil ahorita. Pero también si salir al país, recuerde que necesito un permiso de viaje, y ahorita mi consejo es que no viaje ahorita, permiso de viaje sin hablar con su abogado. Okay. Samantha, how long does it take to get an interview in Mexico after you pay the National Visa Center? It's a fantastic question, and a question that I really can't answer with certainty, because it really, really depends. And I know that people hate it, like it depends, but it does. The National Visa Center, that whole process relatively is better at this of getting that interview in Mexico, especially at Ciudad Juarez, because there's so many applications, there's so many interviews being scheduled there. That I have had clients waiting for more than a year. I've had people waiting for 2 years. I've heard of people that have gotten in a couple of months. So it's really, really hard for me to tell you directly that, oh, you're going to get it in this amount of time. However, there is a way for you to potentially get it based on family emergency, medical need, or even sometimes economic need. So if that's something that you would like to try, that is an option. It doesn't always work, but it's certainly a choice if you are in that kind of emergency situation. Ok, para otras personas, si usted tiene preguntas específicas de eso, o de cómo usted puede arreglar sus papeles dentro del país, o puede conseguir su permiso de trabajo, algo cosa. Nilavi, he has a Virginia ID. I'm just scared of him being stopped. Like I said, Puerto Rico is just kind of on our list right now, as is Florida. Florida is, south, for example, Texas as well. It's really, really kind of overrun. by ICE and immigration, and so I would probably be careful about it. If you get a U visa and then a month ago, can I file? You got called for a U visa and married a month ago to someone who's abusive. Can I file for VAWA still? Joanna, first of all, I am sorry if that is your particular situation, but yes, you can. One of the things that we don't talk about enough is that you can actually apply for many things at the same time. That's one of the things. There's no limit. So if you qualify for visa and a VAWA, for example, you can apply for both of those. Or if you qualify, a lot of times we'll see like a U visa and a T visa for both, and I have clients that do that all the time. What would be the benefit of that? The benefit of that would be that whichever one gets processed faster, better. Also, in some cases, for example, like a U visa is a little bit more forgiving of some of your past history. So that might be a benefit. So it might be easier for you to get a green card under the U visa, but then you could potentially get like a work permit a little bit faster under VAWA. So strategies that we can talk in a consult, and I break it down in this like board that you see back here. I usually write it all out for clients, and I kind of show them like, okay, this is what I think you should do, and this is step one, step two. If that's something that you're interested in, just let me know. Okay, Samantha, do you get to pick which embassy you want to go to, or do they pick the date in the embassy for you? It's usually closest to where you live in Mexico. They also pick the date, but they will give you like a range. So when you get your notice, you don't have to leave immediately, but then when you leave, you are told essentially at that time when your interview is going to be. Nilavi, if I'm a U.S. citizen, can I get my mom a green card? Yeah, you can. If your mother has a legal entry, it's much easier to do so because you can do that here inside the United States. If she has an illegal entry, you would also have to have a qualifying relative. That's a fancy term for saying another family member, like a parent, like her parents, or a spouse for her, for example, that could qualify her for a perdón or a waiver. That gets a little bit more complicated, and I would absolutely ask you to talk to an attorney for either one, but particularly if she had an illegal entry. If I get married and I can't read the question. Where does it say something? I said, if I get married and give papers to my spouse, can I still give to my mom? Yes. Hola Marco, ¿cómo estás? Saludos, bendiciones a usted. ¿Todo está bien con usted y con su familia? Ojalá que sí. Hablamos de temas de inmigración otra vez. O si usted tiene alguna pregunta, yo sé que usted tiene una buena situación ahorita, pero si tiene alguna pregunta, dígame, ¿ok? Joanna, yes, would it help speed the process of getting the green card? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Sorry, Joanna. Tell me again what you're referring to. Okay. Oh, for the U visa. Yes, VAWA is a little bit faster to get the VAWA, not a little bit, quite a bit faster than getting the U visa. So yes, if you are trying to decide between a U visa and VAWA will definitely get you the green card faster. However, I would have to review your history to make sure, because if you do have quite a bit of things in your history, then maybe there won't be that much of a difference. So let's talk about that and see. Okay, Marco, ¿cómo está? Humberto, ¿cómo está? Gilberto, ¿cómo está? Muchísimas gracias por su tiempo. Beral, hello. I have Oswaldo here. Hi, Oswaldo. How are you? Okay, Oswaldo, I need to file a lawsuit against Mercury for defamation. Can you recommend one? You can call our office. We have a whole list of people that we recommend, other attorneys. I don't do defamation lawsuits, but I can certainly put you in the right direction depending on what state you're in. Okay. All right. With that, I know that this is a short one, but I just wanted to give this message to you, the message of hope. Keep on fighting, keep on going. Today, I actually posted a video. I mean, I shouldn't be this excited, but I am. The department, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of complaining from immigration officials, complaining that Chicago, where I am, has been really fighting back. And they're really like teaching people, their rights, and they're very educated is what they said. And so it's been very difficult for them to carry out their planned deportations and ICE raids. And the Department of Justice just sued the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois because it claims that they are impeding their efforts because of this, as they are essentially teaching people and training people on what their rights are and what their constitutional rights are, and also are not the police and the local law enforcement are refusing to cooperate with ICE, and so they're upset about that. And all I want to say is first, I'm proud of Chicago, proud of the state of Illinois. I think it's fantastic that they have maintained their status as a safe city. And I think that the fact that they thought that they should file a lawsuit, it shows that many of their efforts are being impeded, which is fine. So I think what you need to realize from those type of stories is that there are a lot of good people that are fighting for your right to be here and are trying to get you legal framework and a legal documentation so that you can continue to live here freely. And we're doing our best, and so we're asking you to do your best and really not lose faith and just keep going, because there is no reason for you not to file your paperwork, and there's no reason for you to, as specifically as survivors of trauma or abuse, but really in general, but because we talk so much about VAWA, U visas, and T visas, there's no reason for you not to be able to get your work permit, your travel permit, and your green card as a result. So I hope that is a helpful message. I hope you guys all take care. Nina, Nina says, thank you for your help and encouragement. Of course, I really, I don't believe in, I don't believe in just, being overcome by fear. Anyway, Lilian, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Buenas tardes, abogada. Bendiciones con la ayuda de Dios. Y sí, ayuda, let's see. Su ayuda tendrá muy buenas noticias muy pronto. Sí, yo también. ¿Cómo está su hijo? Lilian tiene una familia increíble y muy amable también. So, okay, Nidlavi, I'm a little confused regarding FAFSA. Is Trump taking it away? I haven't, I've been following what he's doing. And I don't think that it will go away completely. I can't imagine that there's not going to be lawsuits and things about that. At the moment, it seems like there's trouble, but like all things that this administration does, I wait until I get final news, and I wait to see what the lawsuits are going to say too. So I have so many other things that I have so many people here that have sent me private messages too about being victims, and I don't like using the word victim, so I'm going to change it, being a survivor of domestic abuse and being survivors of trafficking. And to those of you who have been writing to me and messaging me and asking me for encouragement at this time, I'm speaking to you directly that you do have the right to be here. It is completely immaterial to me whether you came in here legally or unlawfully or under duress or under coercion or whatever the story might be. I am still going to continue for your right to be here, and we have legal tools and legal solutions available for you so that you can continue to live here, work here, and travel here, and get that green card and get that citizenship, despite what else might say. It makes no difference to me what the hoopla is and what the administration says of those things, because I believe so very strongly in your ability to stay here in this country, and for you to be able to do the work that you desperately need in order for you to repair your own relationship, or for you to just to recover for your own mental health. And I will stay firmly on that ground forever, because it is something that I have been doing most of my professional life, and I believe very, very strongly that a survivor of trauma, of trafficking, of domestic abuse, of any sort of violence, of child abuse, deserves even more attention and deserves even more kudos. And I applaud all of you who are strong enough to call my office and to tell me your story. I know it's not easy. I know how difficult it is. And so I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you take that time. Para las personas que se hablan español, el mensaje para ustedes, para todas las personas que sobreviven trauma o violencia doméstica o abuso de menores o de sus hijos, por ejemplo, este mensaje es para usted. Usted es una persona muy, muy fuerte. Usted merece todo. Merece la oportunidad de vivir aquí y ganar su residencia y ganar sus papeles. Y yo estaré aquí específico para esta razón, para pelear para usted y también para luchar para usted. Yo estoy aquí siempre para ustedes porque yo pienso, esta es mi pasión, pienso que usted merece la oportunidad de obtener todos sus papeles y no le importa aquí quién es el presidente o qué tipo de administración nosotros tenemos. Las opciones de VAWA, de la visa U, de la visa T son válidos, son opciones válidas. Estas visas no están canceladas, sus casos están pendientes ahorita y usted merece la oportunidad de vivir aquí tranquilamente. ¿Ok? So, si tienen alguna pregunta sobre eso o de otra cosa también, llámame inmediatamente 630-504-0648. And I see Sadaf is here. Hello, Sadaf. How are you? So I am going to end this because I do have another consult, but I will speak to all of you again. And so much for your time. Gracias por todo. Gracias por su confianza y cuídate. Adiós a todos.